BidondiTruthRadioShow.com, and we're in Providence, Rhode Island at the Providence Public Safety Complex here. It's a police station, the courthouse altogether. But anyway, Congressmen of Rhode Island, David Cicillini and Langevin are holding a sit-down protest to push federal gun control. And here we got Mothers Demand Action, and it looks like a pretty sizable group inside there. And people are still filing in right now to take part of this protest. But they're trying to push for gun control and gun sense, as they call it. But anyway, we're going to see what's going on. We're going to ask questions later, and we'll talk to you then.
The American people have a right to know who supports common sense gun safety legislation and who does not. And so, as many of you know, a group of us got together really frustrated by inaction by our Republican House leaders to reinforce the point. There are, I think, 216 pieces of legislation that address gun violence in one particular way or another. A lot of really good bills. I introduced last December the assault weapons ban as an example. We started with these two bills because these are two bills that will really make a difference and that are broadly supported by Republicans and Democrats. And to try to force a vote at least on these two, and then we can get to work on the rest. And just to give a point of how strong the opposition is, even though these are supported, as Jim said, by 85 and 90% of the American people. So this is a thing where Congress isn't listening to the American people, the Republican leadership. The American people support both of these overwhelmingly.
Here today, not as the state treasurer, but as a citizen, and I want to start by offering my thanks to Congressman Cicillini and Congressman Langevin for what they did last week and what they're doing today. They have to start listening to the people who elected them. We know that the vast majority of Americans support common sense gun laws. We know that the vast majority of gun owners support common sense gun laws. But they refuse to listen. They refuse to listen, which is why we need to speak up. We need to speak up loud. We need to speak up frequently. We need to speak up over and over and over again until we get the change that the American people want and deserve. I want to recognize also Mayor Lorza, Representative Regenberg. Thank you for your leadership on this issue. It makes no sense that you can buy a firearm when you are on the terrorist no-fly watch list. And in fact, as Congressman Cicillini said, between 2004...
Please don't reduce it.
I said without speaking about your case.
Yeah.
I listened to you. I would hope you would listen to me.
I will.
Okay. So I think it's very important to acknowledge that Orlando was a hate crime. It was an act of domestic terrorism, but it was a hate crime. Every time I described it as that terrorist went there specifically to attack and kill members of the LGBT community. It is the most hideous example of bias and prejudice and hate. It's violence against that community, our community. So there's no question about that. Without sounding like I'm plugging my own legislation, I think part of the answer to that hate is obviously better understanding and encouraging people to understand and respect each other, but also I think it is long past time that we have in this country, which I've introduced, a comprehensive civil rights bill that prohibits discrimination based on sexual orientation or gender identity in housing, employment, public accommodation, jury service, education, federal funding. It is a great refutation to the kind of hate we saw demonstrated in Orlando, so that as a country, we say it is no longer acceptable anywhere in America to discriminate against people based on sexual orientation or gender identity. So, with all due respect, I'm working really hard on that. I introduced the bill. I have 178 co-sponsors. It actually now has a Republican co-sponsor, so it's officially bipartisan. We have 38 sponsors in the Senate with one Republican, so it's officially bipartisan. So I agree with you. We, in addition to reducing gun violence in this country, we have to work as a community to build understanding and respect. So we live in a country where everyone is respected, whoever they are, and that people can live honestly and openly and safely. So I agree.
Everybody up here has been saying has to occur with listening and a heartfelt response and a correction of injustice and systemic problems right in our own backyard.
Congressman,
so please do that with us.
I guess I'm going to elaborate. You stated, you quoted that most people in this country support gun control. Is that correct?
No, I didn't say that. I said those people support the two pieces of legislation.
Well, I got some right here from MSNBC. They did a poll. Over 500,000 people voted. MSNBC, it's a liberal media. 92% of Americans support people's right to bear arms in public. And also, in Chicago, they pride themselves on the greatest gun control in the country. FBI.gov reports they have the highest crime and murder rates in the country because citizens can't defend themselves.
I don't think anyone's suggesting.
Well, the thing is, you're attacking. I know, sir, but you're attacking those high-capacity magazines.
I don't think anyone has
You can't.
suggested that people don't have a right to have a firearm.
Well, you're doing that. You're attacking high-capacity magazines. You're attacking automatic assault weapons.
Is that we have a responsibility to keep guns out of the hands of people who shouldn't.
I understand that. The right to bear arms shall not be infringed. We the people have
How
a
many
right to bear
people
arms.
have to die for your rights?
Because
How
you
many
take
people?
our gun rights, that's what happens.
Your guns are more important than our children? We've had enough. We've had enough.
Yeah, let's disarm America because you want to take our
We've
guns.
had enough.
We are not giving up our guns. Get over it. I don't belong to the NRA or nothing. Hey, folks, you see it right there.
That's classic. As soon as you start spewing the truth, they shut it down.
Oh, yeah. What do you think about that? Yeah, you give out real stats and they shut it all down?
Is it okay? Muslim terrorists
Nice and easy.
can
You
still
know, explain
yeah.
yourself, but I got you.
Oh,
Nice and
thank you,
easy.
brother.
But nice and easy. Don't engage them, because you know what I mean? So, thank you.
You're welcome. And I'd like to know where the logic is taking, restricting more by the citizens from high-capacity magazines. These police officers here, they could tell you right off the bat, okay, that restricting high-capacity magazines is not going to solve nothing.
It's a perfectly good dog and pony show, man.
I know, huh? And they, you know what they come up to me?
I mean, there's a lot of posing and optics and spewing out here, and it was just supposed to be clapped at.
Yeah.
And then you go bringing the truth into
hit me on the hand. Hit me on the hand, bad boy.
Actually, I think what you did was good because it put a stop to the farce that I was witnessing. I was going to throw up in the seat in front of me if it didn't put a stop to it. But is it all over? Is this the end of the show? Is this all they got?
We care about God gives us a natural right to defend ourselves. I'm going against your own Talmud. For the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And I'm telling you people watching right now, you are not taking off firearms, you're not restricting them. The majority of America supports gun rights. The majority of America supports the Second Amendment. Get the facts straight. So what do you guys think about the dog and pony show?
It's ridiculous, actually. Everybody forgets the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. George Washington also said people not ordered just beyond, but beyond with sufficient arms and ammunition to defend themselves against any entity, including their own government.
That's what it was written for. That was the whole purpose of it, written for, to protect us against our own government. Stop infringing on our rights. You guys, if you really care about people's rights and life, you would let them protect themselves by bearing arms. Do you think a criminal's going to follow those magazine bans?
So closer, we can't hear you.
You think a criminal's going to follow a law? I mean, come on. I'm here for you guys, fighting for your rights here, okay? I'm not against confidential. I'm not with the NRA, I'm independent, okay? I'm here to fight for everybody's Second Amendment. Now, the Second Amendment was written for all of us, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, whatever have you. It was written before this party was established.
I'm here to save lives.
Me too. And if you notice, all those violence that took place, all the mass shootings, where they take place, gun-free zones, right? Gun-free zones where people could not defend themselves. That's what they don't want to tell you.
This ban is not about banning guns.
Well, no, our congressman wants to ban semi-automatic weapons.
What is it about? It's not about banning guns for everyone of the Second Amendment. It's not about banning guns and nobody can have a gun. It's about saving people. It's about saving the children. Would you want your child to be shot down with a gun? Would you want to be the parent of a child who's killed?
Well, guess what? I have guns, and I sleep very well at night knowing I can protect my family. Me and my wife can protect ourselves very well, knowing we can protect our family.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I hope very much. I pray that one of you doesn't shoot the other by accident.
Yeah, but restricting firearms from law-abiding citizens is not the answer. You think the criminals got to follow those laws?
You know how most people die?
Gun-free zones.
No, most people die in accidents that never would have occurred.
Gun-free zones. If you people cared about human life, you would protect the Second Amendment. Unbelievable. Hey, Congressman. Mr. Langevin, my question was trying to get at, it was you're trying to put a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
Right now, we are focused on getting a vote, and getting background checks, and making sure that anyone at terrorist no fly list can't buy a weapon.
Yeah, but it's effective.
Muslim terrorists?
Yeah, that's who the ones who shot the people up in those gun-free zones that took place. And so Mothers Demand Action want to explain how these criminals are going to follow these laws and how you actually going to save lives when you actually killing more people. Gun control kills. How does all these gun restrictions protect civilians? I'm a law-abiding citizen. Why should I have to give up my semi-automatics, my AK-47, my AR-15, and my high-capacity magazines? I have a right to protect my family. The Second Amendment, I'm not a part of the NRA, man.
I have no issue with people who have guns that are doing the right thing with them. What just happened is really horrible, that's all.
Yeah.
You know, that's
It's horrible, I agree.
Yeah, that's
but the thing is, if those people had weapons to defend themselves, they'd be alive today.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Support the Second Amendment, guys. That's what's going to protect you and your family. Mr. Cicillini, I didn't mean to cause uprising.
No, you're not causing uprising.
My question was because I know some of the bills is taking high-capacity magazines and assault weapons. I have AR-15 and all that.
Yeah, the two bills that we are focused on right now is preventing people on the terrorist watch list from being able to buy a gun and universal background checks. They are broadly supported by the American people, and we're calling on our Republican House leaders to move those two bills.
My question is about
radical Muslim terrorists?
Defending liberty in the spirit of 1776. It's Dan Bidondi on TruthRadioShow.com.